this highly anticipated decision on interest rates from the Federal Reserve. The Fed expected to raise rates for the fourth time this year. The thing we're looking for, though, the statement, and what will they say about the future? At the bottom of the hour, we'll have a news conference with the Fed Chairman, Jay Powell. So we're looking forward to that. Top of the hour, here's the decision with Edward Lawrence.
And the Federal Reserve raises interest rates 0.25%. We're now in the target range of 2.25% to 2.5%. The Federal Reserve sees 2 rate hikes next year, down from 3, and 1 more in the year 2020. Now, the Fed sees or changed 1 word in their Federal Open Market Committee statement. The 1 word is some gradual rate hikes. They will see later on. Now, the Federal Reserve sees long-term neutral at 2.8%. That's down from 3%. The Federal Reserve expects to reach that neutral by the end of 2019. Now, during the meeting, some of the federal members, 3 Federal Reserve members, actually moved their projections down, and that's what changes some of these. Now, the Federal Reserve sees 3.5% unemployment for next year. Then it starts to tick up just a little bit in 2019. The Fed sees lower GDP next year, down from 3% this year to 2.3% next year. And the Fed sees inflation inching down. Now, the Federal Reserve is also looking at the global risk. They say that the global risk is balanced, but what's interesting here is they said, but is continuing to monitor global economic and financial developments and assess their implications for economic outlook. That would include not just trade, but also a global slowdown of other countries. Now, the Federal Reserve will then continue to unwind the balance sheet at the same rate, $50 billion per day. But again, the headline raises it 0.25 percentage point. Also, the Fed sees 2 rate hikes for next year, not 3, and 1 in 2020. Back to you, Colin.
All right, that's the key. How many we have going forward. Thank you, Edward. Edward Lawrence at the Federal Reserve. With the breaking news at this hour, you can see the market selling on the news, at least for now, after being up between 275 and 300 points on the Dow Jones Industrial Average right before the decision. We're now up 140. We're joined now by the former Federal Reserve advisor and Quill Intelligence CEO, Danielle DiMartino Booth. From Fox Business Network, Christina Partsenevelos is here today. Point Bridge Capital founder Hal Lambert joins us. And Pirin Wealth Management founder Kimberly Foss as well. So welcome to all of you. Danielle, I'll start with you in studio. Anything there that Edward reported that surprised you? We get the 0.25 point hike that it seemed like everybody was